Hiya guys, and welcome back to Aid's Workshop. So throwing a little job in the mix here, in between the other projects. This is only a quickie, it's a weekend project. Basically it's a favour for a friend of mine, or a friend of a friend, but friend of mine as well. Guy that does the MOTs on my car and what have you. So let me try and explain. He's got a track day car, MX-5, 2-litre turbo, fully forged engine, all that sort of thing. This thing goes like stink. It's the real deal. Problem is, the front hubs aren't man enough for the task. So it's a rear-wheel drive car. So he's seen that people have upgraded the front hubs, or the front sort of bearing carrier hubs, to use the, I think, is it E32 BMW hubs? And I've got some here. But they do need modifying somewhat to fit. There's a few parts got to be made to sort of interface between the MX-5 stub axles to fit these hubs. So we're going to look at doing that for him. Anyway, so that's just a couple of machining parts, and I'll show you what I'm going to make for that. So another one, a new channel, guys, and it's a very new channel. It's Andre at Rusty Inventions. So Andre reached out to me, said he'd like to do a sticker exchange, so I hadn't watched the channel, so I had to look through, see what he does. So Andre does a little bit of everything. I believe he's South African. A little bit of everything, a bit of turning, machining, welding, cutting, sawing, that sort of thing. He's making a hydraulic press at the moment, and it's basically, he makes stuff out of what he's got lying around, stuff that he finds lying around, that sort of thing, which is, I think, I wish I could find the sort of bits of material lying around that he does, to save me a fortune on material. But anyway, so I'll show you the sticker. So the channel is Rusty Inventions. Again, it's on YouTube, so check it out, guys. I found it interesting. Yeah, it's a bit of fun. He's got a nice little workshop. He makes gates and things like that for the garden. His wife does a lovely job in the garden. She's got what we all call green fingers. Mine are more brown. Whatever I look at in the garden dies on me. But yeah, he's a lovely garden, and I believe he's fairly recently moved properties, moved to a new house, and he's doing it up. Yeah, nice little workshop. Follow him, guys. That's Andre at Rusty Inventions. So let's get on. I'll show you the drawings or the sketches I've taken of what I need to make to do this little hub conversion for a track car. So there we are, Rusty Inventions. Andre, you're on the sticker board. One thing of note, other than my daughter leaving me messages, which I haven't got the heart to rub off, Matty's workshop. So, as many of you will know, if you follow me, there's a good chance you follow Matty. Matty isn't very well at all at the moment. We're all behind you. I'm wishing you a very quick recovery, Matty. All the best. You show us new things all the time. And, yeah, all the best, mate. Good on you. It's getting blown out a bit by the light here. But hubs are here, as you can see. I sketched it up while we were in the garage measuring up. So I need this diameter here, which is this thin wall here, to be 54 diameter. Maybe plus 0.1, but 54 nominal. And you can see it's got this step in the bottom here, this ridge here, that needs to go. So it needs to be 54 all the way down to this space. Again, with a gusset radius in the bottom. I'll have a look what that radius is, and we'll set that up in the lathe, machine these off. Now the bore here, you can see there's a bearing in there, there's grease. Obviously I'm going to need to mask this off in there, but that's simple enough to do to stop me getting dirt in. And there's a sealed bearing that side, but I'm going to be holding on that diameter there, that you can see in the lathe, and then turning this back. The other one, so it's this way up, identical. It has got this ABS ring on. I'm probably going to... oh, you can't see it. This ABS ring, it's not needed. It's just pressed on there. I'm probably going to hack that off, probably grind a flat on it until it gets weak, and then take it off. And that'll leave me that register where it's sat to be able to hold on. So yeah, 2 of those to do to start with. Well, that's straightforward, plain turning. The other part is, so think of a tube, Originally I designed it or planned to make it out of one piece, with like a top hat shape with a hole through the middle, but I think I'm going to make it in two pieces, so that this back bit, 12mm thick, is just a spacer to bring the whole hub out on the stub shaft, and then there's a tube then, 28mm bore 31 OD. These are, yeah, they're 28, that's what's slipping on the stub axle, so it's going to be a 28 bore. Now I measured the existing bearings, they are 28mm, and the stub is smaller, so as long as I'm 28mm, no bigger than 28mm on the minus would be fine. And then again, the bore of the bearings in these hubs is 31mm, so I'm going to go for transition fit. You know, no more than half a thou up on 31, probably less than that. You know, I'll aim for a nominal 31, something that's just the slightest tap into the bearings. And then that'll give me a good fit. That's over a length of 40mm, so I got plenty of steel about to do that. Plenty of steel about to do these. It's out of proportion. This is 40 and that's 46, so it's nowhere near as big. But yeah, two pieces, two of these, and machine the two hubs down. So that's what I've got on. So I've actually machined the first one already, but I want to get this ring off. I'm just doing a little plunge. On this ABS ring, which isn't hard, well, not that hard. I'm almost to full depth on it. I'm gonna have to get in shot a second. Yeah, a little bit more. So yeah, just thinning the wall down on it. It's pressed on there. This should get to a point where it becomes loose, because obviously I've taken all the meat out of one side. I'm not going full depth through it, but it will weaken off. And at some point it should just get to a point. I can go a little bit more yet, I can see. And it should just pop away. Oh, there. Did you hear it spring? It gave up the ghost. So that'll just be able to be lifted off there now, and I haven't touched the base material. Yeah, it went on its own. It got to a point where the tension in the press bit was greater than the strength in the wall thickness left. I was just scratching down, nicking away at it. I didn't go full depth. I left, you know, probably 0.1 on the bottom. But there, that's loose now. That can come off out the way. So that worked out better than I thought it was going to. I thought I might have to get so close and lever it off. But happy days, it went with a ting. Oh, just one point to note. I put a piece of cardboard on the top just to keep any crap out the bearing while I'm doing it. When I clamped it down, stud straight down through the middle into the table, clamped down on itself while I did that. So this is the second one now. Yeah, it's running lovely and true within half a thou on this diameter. It's a half thou clock per line, and on the face maybe slightly more, but I've been tapping it. I think we're within half a thou everywhere. I know we are on you know, on throwout in this direction, and we're half thou on the face, so I think we're gonna have to call it on that. That's as close as I can get it. Well, I could probably do a little better if I put the four-jaw up, but you know, I might get it just under half a thou, so I don't think it's much point. So you can probably see there, I've filled the end of it with masking tape, lots of strips of it, just to stop any swap getting into that bearing. Yeah, we've got this big chunk on a corner which I need to rough out. So if I just, bear with me 2 seconds, I'm going to go, if I touch on that face, give myself a 0, come down to where that root is, near enough. Give that a 0. So I'm looking for 0, 0 and 2 axes. I'm going to leave it a mil off this back face and a mil off final diameter, then come up with a rad tool and put a fillet rad in there. So let's just scratch past there. Okay, so yeah, roughing out. Tough stuff, as you'd imagine, but very much a roughing operation first of all. So I'm stopping at a mil on the DRO from the face, which is there. Yeah, I've got a lot of swap going on, real stringy stuff as you can see, not nice. Should be wearing gloves for this, I was nowhere near the chuck. So yeah, just rough it out, bring you back when we're near. So we're roughed out now and I've just turned the tip. So let me just do a touch off. I think we're about a mil off in every direction here. And I've left a 1.5 mil square in the bottom. Let's just come to a round figure on my hand wheel. Take a pass across the diameter, aiming for 54 mil. Just come into that little bead I've left in the corner, rectangular bead, 1.5 mil off the base, 1.5 mil off where I am in diameter now. A little bit of cut on the back pass here, not much. Okay, so this diameter is not critical, but 54 mil nominal. 55.1. Okay. We'll take 4 cuts of 0.25 or 4 cuts of 0.25 off the diameter. Just to save tip. See where we end up. There's one. That should leave around 0.6 on diameter. Let me just check, sanity check. Should be around 54.6, 54.65. Okay, yeah, let's make it perfect sense. Another 2 like that. So battery died. I have a radius tool up. I've left a 1.5 mil square edged fillet. Well, not quite square, it's whatever rad was on the tip. In the corner there, and I'm going to dress that in now with a rad tool. So I'm going to put you back on the stand. I need 2 hands for this job. Okay, so you can see the showing the little fillet radius in there. So this is to diameter 54, and then we're back to that existing face. And if anything, this little shoulder is going to be the slightest undercut on this space. Sorry, on this space, but it's literally nothing. We'll give it a little polish up now. I think I was 54.02 on here, so I'll give it a little polish up, put a brake edge on here, and that's the hub done. So a little chamfer on the leading edge. That's about the size of the original. Where's my wet and dry? Let's speed it up a bit. Okay, that's that one done. I'll leave that, I'll give that a blowout with compressed air, I think, gently, or just make sure I got it clean before I take that tape out. Yeah, that's the second one done. So all the work on the hubs is done. It's just the spacers and things now. Now I've had a look around and I needed to make some discs of 46mm diameter, and I haven't got any 46mm diameter steel here. I got some square steel that I could turn, maybe. and the spacers I'm going to be making, which fits in to make up the difference in bearing size. I do have some 40mm stock, and I'm looking for 38 OD, so that's good news. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to buy some 50mm stock to make the back plates, maybe. Or do I just put the four jaw up, turn some out of square? Yeah, we'll see how we get on with that. So I've got the spacer up now. Piece of 40mm bar. I'm going to take it down to 33mm. So just done a couple of little cuts on the end. And I've actually, this cut here, which is about to take place, is 2mm aside. So 4mm off in one cut. As you can see, I'm doing that quite nicely. I think I might be able to up the feed rate a little. Get the swarf to break. There we go. So yeah, roughing it down, 4mm off the diameter in one go. Up that feed rate a bit more. That's better, the swarf is breaking better now. Okay, we're running at 600 RPM. No idea on the feed rate, but whatever it is, seems to like it. So we're going to rough this down. We're going to leave 2mm up on the OD, and then I'm going to bore it out to finish size and then skim the OD afterwards. Yeah, I think it's only going to end up being a 1.5mm wall thickness. If I try and bore it without any meat on the outside, it's probably going to chatter on the boring bar, but if I leave a couple of extra mil on the OD, come back to that after I've done the bore, I think. Building up a bit of a pile of swarf quite quickly here. Right, trying to watch the job and the camera at the same time. I am ready with my hand on the feed, ready to knock it off. So straight in with a 10mm drill. Gotta go. Well, I'll do this, both of them in one hit here. So I'm only going to bore them one at a time, but yeah, going for about 80mm deep with the drill. So just pull it out now and again and clear the flutes. Yeah. I'm shaking around because I'm winding the handle and holding the camera at the same time. Okay. Clogging up a bit there. We'll put a bit of lube on there, I think. 20mm bit now. Just taking it gently. Probably halfway in now. Pull it out about every 10mm if I'm going to cut the oil on. Only doing 400 RPM here. Just being gentle on everything. So I've got the boring bar up now. I'm boring 42mm deep. It's got to go up to 28mm. I've got my stop set here, as you can see. I drop it off about 2mm before the bottom and then just hand feed the rest. And I'm using my power feed, as you can see. Yeah, just taking it gently. I've got the boring bar stuck out 45 and I'm boring it 42mm deep. So, just set the mic. 25 is 0. So 28mm. I'm looking for 3mm or a hair above, which would give me 28 or a hair above. So I no idea whether you could see the. Just use the telescopic in the bore, hopefully. If we're above, we're not too far above. I was a touch under and I gave it a polish. Okay, I can just feel it. Okay, so 28.005. That's the size of my bore. Now I've done it at the bottom and I got 0.006, and I've now done it at the face and I got 0.005. So yeah, we're a scratch over. What would that be? 0.05 would be 2 tenths. Let's say 2 tenths over. 2/10 of a thou over 28 mil. That's crossing imperial. So should be finishing cut on the OD now. So I'm looking for 31 mil. So I want it to be a slip fit inside the bearings. So this is going to be sort of 30.02, something like that, I hope. We'll have a look and we'll probably polish it until we get the fit we want, but we'll see how we get on. So I got my diameter done now, put a chamfer on the end. Yeah, it's a little bit warm still, but it's measuring up like it's had around the 5.999 to 6.001. No, it's not hot, it's room temperature, it's a little bit above maybe. So I'm going to part it off, mill over length, and then put this unit up in the chuck, put the chamfer on the other end and face it to length. I want the length to be 39.9 mil. The overall across the two bearings is 40. I'm going to make it just a tad smaller so that we're clamping on the bearings, not on the tube. So, just face it to length, little chamfer on the end. To have it start. I need to polish the inside face in case I burn that over. Let's speed that up a bit. Just break that inner edge. Make sure I haven't thrown anything up on the outside. Okay, that should be it. That's a tube, 31 OD, 28 bore, 39.9 long. I'm going to let this go cold and then I'll re-inspect it. I may have to do a bit of polishing, might have to put it in the man drawer, but I think as it stands, I think I'm pretty much on the money there. So that's the tube. That fits over the hub. There's going to be a 12mm thick spacer first on the hub with that bore, well, yeah, a little bit clearer than that bore. Then this goes on, and then this bearing carrier slides on, sort of with the hub sticking out this way, with the hub will already have this on it, this spacer on. Then the bearing assembly goes on, and then from the other side then there's a nut which goes down against that bearing and pulls it all down onto the stub shaft, shall we say. So that's pretty much it. The other piece, haven't got any 50mm stock here. In fact, it's got to be 46 diameter. I'm going to get some 50mm stock. Biggest I got here is 40. So I'll get some 46mm diameter stock, make up a spacer 12mm thick. Again, that's just take it off, bore it out. It can be sliding fit, you know. It can be 38, what was that, 28.1 it could be in the bore, out to 46, 12mm thick, basically a massive spacer cum washer. That goes on the stub first, then the spacer, then this bearing carrier, then the nut, locks it all down, job's a good one. So yeah, that's the basic conversion of it, and the job done. I do need to make another one of these and the two spacers. Well, that's about it for this one, guys. Little fill-in job, not too much this weekend. Haven't done anything else on the Mammoth engine. I've ordered some decals to be revealed for those, for the canopy, which as you can see I haven't started on either. But I will get on with that. It's just paint stripping and painting. There's not a great deal to it. I probably will bring you back when I make the little ferrule for the chimney, when it's all painted, and then we'll be putting it together, putting the new seals in, all of that sort of thing. We're not far off a steam up on that one, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, so as I said at the beginning, guys, don't forget Rusty Creations. Have a look at his channel. He's just started out. You know, everybody who's just starting out needs a little bit of help and a little bit of a shout out, much as I did when I started out. But yeah, it's a bit of fun what he's doing there, Andre, so good luck with it, Andre. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you all very soon. Cheers now.